Hello, it's Kuma. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing a lot of punch needle. It's been a while since we did a punch needle video. I think it's been like 6 months, 5 months since we last did one. So I think that this one will be really fun. What sparked the whole idea for this video was that my friend recently had a baby and she asked me to make him a little punch needle piece for his room. And so we are going to be making a flag pendant with his name on it. It'll look something like this, hopefully. I figured that while I'm doing one piece already, I should do some other punch needle projects. So those projects will be going to Lay Scissors in Sugar Land, Texas, which is a hair salon that my friend works at. And they've been kind enough to allow me to sell my art and display my art there. So if you are in this area, check it out. I hope that you enjoyed this video and thanks for stopping by. Let's just get on into it.
Are we an item? Girl, good plan.
Hello, so I figured we would start by making the shape of the pendant. I have this thicker felt sheet that I got from Joann when they were closing. And because it has some rigidity to it, I thought this would be a good base layer for the pendant. We have to measure out half of the height here and then just cut diagonally to get that pendant shape.
Bruh, I can hear my neighbors talking. Can they hear me singing? At this point in time, I don't have a printer here, so what I did was type Makai's name in Illustrator, and then I'm going to trace it on this paper backwards so that when I cut it out, I then have the reversed image, because when you're punch needling words, you have to do the reverse so that the back side of the punch needle, which is the side you want, is the correct orientation, if that makes sense. I just picked this font because I think it's cute, and I think that having it in a script font where all the letters are connected will save me a lot of heartache, hopefully, when it comes to doing the punch needle. I'm a little worried because these are such small areas that will need to be punched, but we will do our best.
I didn't do a great job of filming my process looking back at this footage, and the footage that I did get was honestly really bad. I'm sorry I didn't film too much of me actually punching. As I mentioned earlier, I was worried about some of the parts of the name where the detail was really fine, so I thought that it needed an outline to really make the name more obvious, so I chose an orange color to use. I think that it really helped make it more legible. I think that it makes it pop a little bit more and just adds another color to the overall pendant, which I really like. The next thing I did for the pendant was make some details out of felt. So that means making this part here and these little pieces here. Next, I attached all my pieces together to the main part of the pendant, and I did this by selecting some yellow embroidery floss. I chose yellow because I thought it made a nice contrast against the green, and also because it matched the yellow of the yarn. I have no prior experience to hand sewing, but I watched one YouTube video on how to backstitch. I think my hand stitching leaves a lot to be desired, but I'm hoping that, maybe it looks charming. Maybe it looks a little fun, a little funky. Let's stay delusional, okay? Then I sewed together the smaller pieces, just using the same hand stitching method and hoping for the best. It's glue time! I took my punch needle piece that I made earlier and hot glued it to the flag. I also took the little pieces that I sewed together earlier and glued that to the very back as well. The tricky part was getting the birthday on the flag. What I ended up doing was just tracing the design I wanted onto the felt, then cutting it out, and then hand stitching each letter onto the flag so that it would fit more securely. I think I was getting a little bit more confident with my hand stitching skills. They were definitely better than what I did earlier, so I wish that I had practiced a little bit more. But hindsight 2020, we work with what we got and we just roll with it. For all of my fish enthusiasts out there, I have a little treat for you. This time around, I wanted to make koinobori. Koinobori are Japanese carp streamers, which are just windsocks that are in the shape of a carp. You might have seen them flying around. They are traditionally flown in Japan to celebrate Children's Day, which is on May 5th. The different colored koinobori represent different members of the family, and I just decided to make a blue one because those were the colors that I had on hand. Again, I didn't film a bunch. Hope that you enjoy it anyway. The last piece I made didn't really have any special meaning. I just love making flowers. If you look at my work, you'll see I either make vegetables or flowers, so this time I went for a little flower theme. I chose really simple colors, just a cornflower blue and white. I like to think about the different ways that my pieces can be hung on the wall or how they might be used when someone buys them. I went with a dowel for this piece because I think that it adds a natural element to the flower theming on this piece, and I think that it looks really nice all together. I got to use my dad's handsaw, and I'm getting more comfortable using tools these days, so it's been really fun. Hot glue time again. It's the time that keeps on coming. I chose a dark brown felt for the backer. I love the pairing of the blue and the brown and the white. I think it looks really nice. You've made it to the end of this punch needle video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I thought I'd go briefly over each project and we can talk about things that I learned or things I would do differently. The first thing is my friend's flag pendant. I think prior to doing the outline, the name would have fit a little bit better on the pendant flag, but because I added the outline, it made it a little bit larger. The only place it could really fit was at the bottom, and if I could redo it, I think I would shrink the name a little bit so it would be more centered. I also learned that hand stitching is very difficult. I probably should have drawn some lines, some guidelines before stitching, because looking at it now, it's not very straight. To my friend, if you're watching this and you're like, can you redo that? I will not be sad. I will make you whatever you want. I love this piece. I think it came out really cute. I would totally make this again in different colors. I think that would be really fun to do, actually. Lastly is this flower piece that I actually like more than I thought I would. It's very simple, but I think that's what I like about it. I tend to do this kind of scallop edge when I don't want to measure straight lines. I think that it just adds to the overall cottagecore vibe it gives off. What was your favorite piece? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear all your thoughts, your feedback, your suggestions. I have a lot more punch needle pieces that I need to be making for future projects, so let me know down below what you'd like to see me make. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I hope that I see you in the next one. Bye!